Hello, I'm Ashok. Hello, I am Ashok Vyas. So I have a written script. If I share this secret with you, there'll be a line. I didn't prepare it as far as writing it is concerned, but I do have something that is willing to reach you. And when you think and you speak, there is a lack of flow in the way you speak. It may distract your viewers who are very eager to go to the next thing now. And what is next? What is he talking about? So that is the nature which most of us are developing because we cannot stand for long at the red light. We cannot stand somebody who is very slow in aspect speaking himself or herself. We cannot stand people who take a lot of time in coming to the point which they want to make. So there is this sense of eagerness, a sense of impatience. But let's look at the positive side of impatience. That means somewhere there are people who are paying more respect to the time. So we need to be respectful to their time as well as to our time. But when we are talking about being prepared, can you be prepared for everything in life? So we are looking at the flip side of this. And as they say, if you never um, get into the water, you will never learn swimming. So you do things and you learn things. That's this simple. If you think that once you have mastered the art of swimming, then only you'll get into the water. It never would happen. So the point is, let us not stop ourselves from doing what we think we want to do. Let us say nobody else is going to think on your behalf. Even if they think, you won't accept it because you are you. You are unique. You have your own kingdom of freedom as a human being, and you are here to explore, experiment, express, cherish, realize, and add few more adjectives from your side. So your own pure core of being is the most precious thing, and it is super independent. Even if let's say outside situation sometimes compels you to act in certain way and you need to observe certain rules and laws and all that, still there is that space in you all the time, even when you are not aware of it, something which is super independent. And when I say super independent, let's say maybe this is what we refer to as soul. So they say in Bhagavad Gita that soul cannot, it won't get wet, it won't get burnt, and all that. Let's come back to the body, mind, because soul is difficult in terms of a concept that you would be able to comprehend. Moreover, it is said that it is beyond five senses. So, what you can understand, recognize, measure through five senses, that kind of thing is not going to happen with the soul. So let's leave soul. But we are talking about you're being soulful, and when I say you're being soulful, I'm talking about being respectful to who you are, being appreciative of your potential. And in order to be appreciative of your potential, you need to express it. See, in Hindi, the word for individual is Vyakti. Vyakti is related to Vyakt. Vyakti is express. So, individual is existing to express. So, if you stop what is there in you, or as they say, the song of your life, you don't respect and you don't hum, you don't sing it, then you'll just take it with yourself. It will be a loss for you as well as for the world. So it is important, better, and I think fulfilling that we recognize a song of our soul. I said it soul, but let's say a song of our life or our inner calling. That's another term. Many times we think that, oh, whether this is the correct inner calling, or then we take a sip. Mm. I say, no, no, this is not the correct inner calling. Maybe there is something else that is my inner calling. So we cannot be prepared anytime without experimenting. So if you want to do something, you got to do it. You don't have to be perfect all the time. Perfection will come later. Perfection comes out of practice, and practice comes out of doing, and doing comes out of doing. If you don't do it, if you don't start. So as they have said it many times, when you saw those posters which say that journey of 1,000 miles begin with one step. So that one step we have to take. And what I think, in the name of being prepared, sometimes if we are very fussy, we are very particular, and very conscious about being perfect, and very, very conscious about how people are going to perceive us, then we will be shy, lazy, or not lazy exactly, but we'll have a sense of nervousness. So you see, many people don't feel comfortable going out there in front of many people on stage and talking. And there's some people who you feel when they're talking that you feel that, oh, he or she doesn't know how to speak, but they are there, they are speaking. So there is an element of, call it confidence or conviction or willingness. Let's say willingness to uh, to put yourself out there and be in a spot which one would perceive as being vulnerable. So if you are not willing to be vulnerable, um, like example of a child, they say he'll learn whether fire burns only when he is going to put his finger in the fire. That's not necessary. We as parents always try to keep them away from any harm. But still, ultimately, one day when somebody is touching water, they know what is the property of water. When they touch fire, they know the property of fire. But in terms of emotions, in terms of feelings, we don't have to experiment with everything. Many things we learn from others. And so, point, and I'll conclude. So, when we are talking about being prepared, it doesn't mean that you take away your spontaneity. Many times, the weight of being prepared sits so heavily on our shoulders that we forget to flow freely. And that takes away the element of spontaneity, which is also good friends with creativity. So creativity, spontaneity are also important. But now let me conclude really by saying that when I emphasize the importance of being prepared, indeed it is being prepared to, in the context of a particular thing, a particular act, particular task, a particular performance. But moreover, the whole 24/7 life is a preparation. Preparation means what is going on here. What are we talking about when we are alone? How are we maneuvering or guiding the like a GPS of our thoughts, where it is taking us? So we become more and more aware about, let's say, we are aware that we need to be sensitive, respectful to others. It is a 24/7 thing. It won't come only when you're going in a social gathering. It is a part of who you are. So being prepared also involves um, a work in progress all the time, whereby we pay attention to what we are thinking and how we are feeling. And so being observant of your inner environment, I think, is a single most universally applicable step uh, towards being prepared. Let's take an example. If you are to fly, you purchase the tickets, you'll go there, and you have a phobia of height, and you feel whether this flight would be safe for me or it won't be safe for me. When there is some weather turmoil, how the zigzag movement of aircraft would make me feel. Would I be able to withstand that little bit of shaky feel which the aircraft would give to my system? Now, if you just think at home, and if you just, even after purchasing the ticket, you don't go there, you won't know. You know what I mean? So you are prepared as a human being for many things about which you will come to know only when you do experiment. So life is, as I say, you take calculated risks. So do experiment. like I'm experimenting. Okay, now let's come to the thing where you could be of help. If you like the way I talk, or the points that I'm making, or the line of philosophical understanding about life which I'm trying to share, like and share, that that is what the YouTube demands. And when I see there are some people who are liking, now sincerely speaking, forget about this form or this particular communication. See, you need a little bit of feedback for what you do, and but even that won't be the only thing. It the inner calling is you want to talk, you are talking. Then you try to put it in such a shape where it is meaningful for someone, where it could be helpful for someone. So these are the two hands, and there are both hands should come together to clap. So one me, one whosoever is listening, you. So when we are together, then let us clap. Let us clap and conclude. What do you say? So let me remind, your like, your share helps me in being aware and talking more and seeking your input to kind of shape and prepare the material that I would put out there. Because I love talking. I love talking and I love speaking, and I love you also, because love is the core of our being. Core of our being. So thank you. Bye.